Good afternoon, guys. Happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, guys, I got most of my Monday stuff done. I actually finished some of my Monday stuff yesterday, which was kind of cool. I also, though, I didn't completely actually finish my Meyer list, which was like mainly kind of what I was trying to get done, but like I finished some of that stuff like yesterday, but I didn't finish typing out the Meyer list entirely. So I realized, though, it was either that or edit. And I rather would have edited because I actually only had one video that is not currently like uploaded. I do have a couple that are scheduled out, but I only had one that wasn't. If I can have some more when I go to upload the next time, I'll have more to be able to be scheduled out. So I was like, I just want to focus on that. So since I only had one, I did 3 today, so that hopefully I will have, normally I do them in like 2s anyway. So that way I kind of had like 4, enough to upload the next time I want to. And hopefully if I edit and can get to more tomorrow, it would be really nice because I don't have really too much that I have to do tomorrow. Like, I don't have to cook or anything like that tomorrow because most likely my parents are doing their date night tomorrow. But guys, let's talk the weather for a minute because I actually am in a tank top only because the last handful of nights in my room has been really warm. And like I think it's been warm because it's been getting warmer outside. It's actually supposed to be in the 50s this week, and I was like, oh, that's grilling weather. And just, I think it was last week at Meijer, we got those hamburger buns. I was like, we're grilling this week. So that's gonna be one of the nights for dinner. But I don't have to cook tomorrow, so it'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday, and I kind of don't want to do Wednesday because we'll be at Meijer on Wednesday. But then Thursday, my dad goes to like the high school, the football program. They do the weightlifting, so my dad goes as like being like one of the coaches that goes to like, you know, oversee it or whatever on Thursday, which I think he's going to be changing to Monday possibly in the future. But anyways, right now it's on Thursday, so I think though he only is going to be there until like 4 o'clock or something like that, so he can come home. Most likely we'll still have enough time to grill and everything like that before dinner, or grill for dinner, but have enough time to do it. So anyways, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm so excited because I don't think we've grilled since New Year's. We grilled on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve or whatever. I told you guys how like Jack kind of wanted to make that the tradition that we did, and we've done it for maybe like at least 3 years or something like that now, just because it's kind of something that's super random. And like, because I told you guys how like even if it's not insanely warm and it's not like summertime and, you know, it's not like 80 degrees out in, you know, July or something like that, even if it is like April, we'll grill if it's nice outside. If it's 60 degrees or whatever, we'll grill in April. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be just the grilling season. And I like grilled food. Like, I like my Beyond Beef burgers and my you know, Impossible burgers. So I'm the type of person that will take that whenever. It doesn't have to be that time of year or whatever. Obviously it's when we see better deals on those type of things, but like again too, I've got hamburgers and brats stocked in the freezer because we always get such good deals on them. But it's like I can't use them up in a full like grilling season too. If not, we'd be eating them like every day. Like we would grill probably twice a week if that was the case, which I'm not opposed to, but not everybody wants like burgers. And the one thing we don't do a lot of is chicken, but we do burgers and brats a lot. But chicken is not something we do very often, and I get such good deals on chicken. Like I could honestly just do like chicken, like if we get like chicken breast, I can like cut it into like smaller strips, like more like kind of like chicken, I don't want to say fillets, but like I can like slice them so they're a little bit thinner because big chicken breasts take a really long time to cook, and most likely it will probably, my dad's good at cooking chicken breast, but and he has done a lot better in recent years. My dad has, like, because I think we've grilled so much, he's had a long time to perfect it. Everybody loves pork chops though, but those are easy because they're normally the same size thickness. Chicken breast is like, by the time the inside of giant chicken breasts cook, the outside is like burnt. So it takes a really long time, so you have to do them like really low, on like really low temperature if they're like really thick, because if not, you're gonna like cook them from the outside in instead of from the inside out, because they're just so huge and they will take forever to cook. But no, it makes it easier to just kind of, you know, thinly slice them or whatever, or even too, we'll do them in kebabs and stuff like that too, which makes it even easier. But anyways, long story short, we don't do chicken as much, and I don't normally get a lot of deals on pork, but everybody loves pork chops on the grill. Like, pork chops is probably everybody's favorite thing. My mom's kind of tired of hamburgers because we've done hamburgers so much. And the funny thing is that when we were all in lockdown, she says that we grilled way too much, which I don't think we really did. I mean, I think we probably grilled about once a week, and we didn't always do hamburgers, but it did seem like we did hamburgers a lot. And like, nobody else is sick of it though, but my mom is really sick of hamburgers. Like, she's kind of over hamburgers. Like, the lockdown kind of ruined it for her. She might, like, if we grill, like, she'll eat like half of a hamburger, but she's not, like, she just is kind of over hamburgers a little bit. But like I said, there's certain things like that where I don't blame her. I get sick of things after a while. I just really didn't see us grilling actually that much, that she, like, that's like a specific memory for her, is like, well, we were in lockdown apparently. I mean, I know we got a lot of good deals on like hamburgers and stuff like that at that time, and like I remember buying a lot of hamburgers, and like we just grilled a lot. Like, there was nothing to do. I mean, we were in the house all the time, so it was like, hey guys, let's go to the backyard and eat back there, you know. Like, it was the fun thing to do while you have nothing to do. So I think that was just like our excitement for like the week, was to grill and go in the backyard and eat food in the backyard, and you know, like, and we're all out there and my dad's just standing at the grill, and you know, like that kind of thing. So I can see that though. I think we did that a lot, but again, it wasn't our fault. It was because there was nothing to do and nowhere to go, and like, you know, that kind of thing. So we just, there was a couple weeks there where like hamburgers were like staple in our diets. So, but anyways, back to the point. We grill a lot. We'll grill even when it's cold outside. Like I said, you know, it doesn't have to be grilling season to do that. And honestly too, during lockdown, I think it was like April or maybe May or something like that. You know, like those early couple months, like we weren't doing much, so I know that was a lot of when we were grilling anyway. But back to the point about it being warm out. It is, you know, like I said, going to be like 50 degrees and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm not hearing our furnace, as I say that, the furnace turns on. I was gonna say, I'm not hearing our furnace going like quite as much right now, but it does go at night, and like that's the time when it just feels like the house like keeps the heat in or something. Like, I don't know. Our house is also brick, and my mom has always said like that the brick keeps like the heat in like in the evenings and stuff like that more, and like that's what it seems like, is that the house gets warmer. But also too, as I've told you guys before, my room, centrally located, middle room in the house, the only other room that's not exterior is the laundry room that's right next to my room. And so like my room just, and it's smaller, so it keeps the heat in really well in here. And I normally have my door closed. It keeps the heat in really, really well in here. And so there's been so many nights now in my room where it's just been really warm. And so I was like, I'm gonna wear a tank top, but like I've had a sweatshirt that like I've put on a couple times throughout the day today and like then taken off. But like honestly, like right now I am completely content with like, I'm not cold or anything like that, which is super weird because I am always freezing cold. Like, it's not me, it's normally, I am normally a freezing cold person. Like, it could be 90 degrees outside and I'm still probably in like shorts and like a long sleeve shirt, because I know as soon as I get into the shade I'll be cold again. And like that literally is like how it is for me. Like, I'm normally always cold. But again too, my room is so warm, and like again too, it's not like we have our furnace on set at like 90 degrees. The rest of the house is like cool. It's my bedroom. It is just this room. I cannot wait to move rooms, guys. Also, in saying that too, my dad did end up getting some work done in one of the rooms. It's the first room that needs to get taken care of. And I know it's like taken us a month now, pretty much, since like, I mean, like it was like after the holidays, and then we kind of needed to get like resettled and readjusted because like everything just happened. Like my parents moved upstairs right around the Thanksgiving kind of time, or right after, like right before, like in December, I think it was the beginning of December, like the end of November. And so it was just like, and then the holidays came, and like, and we were still trying to like get project stuff set up, and we were just still trying to make sure that everybody had a room to like sleep in for Christmas and stuff like that. And now I feel like though too that like we've kind of went back to our normal lives after the holidays. It's like we haven't gotten back into the project stuff again too. It's like, well, everybody's at least settled, and like again too, everybody has a room, and we don't have furniture all. And like again too, now that my room is clean, like I feel like that's also a little on me too, because like now that my room has been cleaned, I've decluttered cluttered so much of my stuff. There's no furniture in here that doesn't belong to me anymore that was in here, because I had some stuff that was in here that wasn't mine. I also had tons of Christmas presents in here too before Christmas that weren't mine. But like now that like my room is like, I don't know, I don't want to say livable again, but you know, now that it's kind of a little bit more comfortable and less cluttery in here, I'm like, I don't mind being in here. Yes, I want my big room that I'm supposed to be getting, but like I'm not completely opposed to like making this work for the time being. Whereas like before Christmas I was like, I can't wait to get out of here. There's too much stuff in here. I have too much stuff. I need to get into a room where I can spread out some of my stuff. And now I'm like, I don't have that much stuff. I mean, I have a lot of stuff, but I don't have that much stuff that like it makes it impossible to stay in this room and like not make this room functional. Whereas again too, because of the amount of clutter that was in here, and like I said too, it's just the Christmas presents, the extra furniture, because we lost a third of our house while we were doing the project upstairs, like, and all that furniture had to go places. So again too, I had some of Jack's stuff in here. I had like I said too, my own Christmas presents that needed to go to people, you know, that weren't like wrapped or anything like that, you know, that kind of stuff, like everything that was kind of before the holidays. And then once my parents were able to move upstairs, we were able to get furniture out. Jack was able to get into a bigger room. He has furniture in his room, you know, like that was in my room. You know, like I said, it was just we were able to get things out. And also too, this is all saying, guys, we did all this without having to rent like a storage unit or anything like that. Like that's pretty, I'd say pretty good, because having to like move all of the amount of furniture, and like I said, we lost 1/3 of our finished house, and having to move stuff into attics, garages, other people's bedrooms that the furniture doesn't normally belong in. Having to do all that without having to use a storage unit is pretty, like I said, pretty good. We did good without having to spend the extra money to have it just for a temporary time. Like we did, like I said, I think that was a huge budget saving move that can be put towards the project without having to spend it for just storage. So again, pretty cool in that we were able to do that and function. Yes, everybody was getting a little annoyed by it. Like I said, I was so ready to get out of here, but now that everything's like settled back down, it's weird. Like I feel like everybody's not quite as motivated to get the rest of the stuff done. It's like, you know what? I know this isn't where I'm supposed to be, but I'm not opposed to being here right now. Like the same thing too, like Jack's not in the room he's supposed to be in, but he's like not complaining. He's in the bigger room right now. So you know, like that kind of stuff. Like we're back to like everybody's being able to function, so nobody's like, oh my gosh, we have to get this stuff done. Like, you know, we're kind of moving a little bit slower than I feel like we should be. But like I was saying, we have been getting stuff done. It's just also too, like, we've been getting other things done, even if it hasn't been like the project stuff. But then also too, like, things have been, you know, again too, like I was telling you guys, like my dad worked this Saturday. He's had more, like they've had football stuff kind of starting up with like they've had more football meetings, and they've had you know, like the weightlifting stuff after school that my dad's had to go to, you know. So like they've had more stuff going on. So it's like some nights on the weeknights my dad hasn't been able to, like, you know, kind of help with things, but he did end up getting some of the stuff moved out of the room, which was the last of the stuff that kind of needs to get done. And Jack also has almost all the carpet pulled up in there. So what we have to do is actually use the paint stripper to get the paint off of the hardwood floors that are in there, because yeah, there's paint on the hardwood floors. My mom thought that that was a good idea when we like almost first moved into the house, because it was, you know, kind of the dog's runway room, because that's where the back door is. And so she was like, oh well, you know, like they were scratching up the floors anyway, so she's like, let's just paint it. Well, they just scratched up the paint too, so it wasn't, you know, like, probably also shouldn't have been done that way. But I mean, like when it was first done, it was okay for a little while, but very slowly, it didn't take long for the paint to start getting scraped up. And now it needs to be stripped so that we can refinish the hardwood floors, and hopefully, you know, maybe in the future be able to put some carpeting, not carpeting down, but like put like runners down, and we can prevent that from happening in the future. But we have to, again, to get to some of those other things that still need to get done in those rooms. And again too, it feels like now, like, okay, it's February, we gave ourselves a whole month almost, sort of, after the holidays to kind of just get reacclimated to now, like, okay, this is normal for right now. And so now we need to get back into the mindset of this stuff needs to get done. So once the furniture is all been officially moved out of there, and then stripping down the you know, the paint on there on the floors is what has to be done first, I think. Well, actually, are we gonna paint before we finish the floors? That kind of makes more sense, doesn't it? So maybe painting needs to actually be done. Either way, the stuff has to get out of there. Because, like, that's how we did it upstairs. We painted, then we did the floors. So if we have something that happens to the floor, we can probably, like, strip it up again and then strip the paint off the floor if it ends up getting on there when we paint. Which, again, too, we didn't get very much paint on the floor upstairs, the subfloor, before we put the main floor down. So I don't know that that's going to be a huge problem. But we also have drop cloths and stuff like that. It just makes more sense to do it before we refinish the floors to paint. So maybe that's actually the order things have to be done in. I don't know. But either way, we're very close to having stuff done. It's actually getting back into the getting things done kind of stuff. But I'm going to take a shower now and get to bed. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, love if you'd subscribe. And I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.